Welcome back to our third reading installment of Awakening Hearts, A Tale of Love Across Lifetimes. So something exciting happened yesterday. Look at what I received in the mail. This is my first physical copy of my book. It does have that gray not for resale banner across it. I'm guessing you might see the mirror image of it, but it's very exciting. It feels so velvety, soft, and it's look at the size of that spine. It's a thick book. This is my baby. I'm very excited about it. And I started reading it last night from the book, and it's a whole different experience than reading it on my computer or even on my Kindle. And so I'm doing one final run through to catch any small little changes I might want to make, like something I italicized that maybe I don't, or the other way around, or just small little things, because it's gone through all the editing and the proofreading and it's pretty much ready to go out into the world. But there's just a few last minute little changes, and my amazing patient cover designer Jimena and I have been making just last final little touches, and it's just about ready. She's already received the hardcover copy as well, for whatever reason, because she's in Germany. Amazon.de is a whole lot faster than Amazon.com. Mine says it's going to take 2 weeks to get to me. So good thing I wasn't counting on that for the proof, and I was able to have her look at it. So that's what's happening in my world. Won't be long before you can hold one of these babies in your hands. And without that gray banner across it, you'll have the beautiful, perfect, pristine book. So that's what's happening here. And I thought I would read you the end of chapter 1, or the second half of chapter 1, approximately, from where we left off last time. So let me go back just a little bit. Alex had come in to see Sage for a massage session. Sorry about those reflections. And Sage stepped out of the massage room while Alex was getting ready and stepped into the bathroom and found herself a little bit nervous at the thought of going back into the room with Alex. So I'll just reread the last few lines here. Sage had worked on a share of attractive people over the years, but she always kept her boundaries securely in place. She was well practiced at leaving personal feelings aside, viewing her clients strictly through the eyes of a healing practitioner. All the more did it surprise her that she felt nervous at the thought of going back into the treatment room, where she knew Alex would be lying naked beneath the sheets. She dabbed a few drops of lavender oil on her wrist to calm her nerves, then looked herself squarely in the eye in the mirror above the sink. "You can do this, Sage. You're a professional." Dark brown eyes looked back at her, almost defiant. "Duh, of course you can do this." She cracked a smile. The little girl in her had never lacked in confidence. As an adult, Sage had to exert a much greater effort to connect with the fearless energy that had once come so naturally. Eyeing the pixie haircut she'd grown to love over the past few months, she tapped into her inner strength. She took a deep breath, gave herself one last quick admonishing glance in the mirror, and made her way back to the room, to Alex. Taking one more steadying breath, she knocked on the door and cracked it open. "All set?" She waited for the muffled confirmation before entering. Alex's lower body was covered by a sheet, her torso bare. Sage folded the sheet back at the waist and tucked it under Alex's hips, exposing the full length of her toned back. She swallowed, her mouth dry, feeling the need to avert her gaze. She was grateful Alex was face down at least, and she didn't have to look her in the eyes. Those stormy blues stirred more in her than she was ready to admit. "I already feel better, Sage. Your massage room has such a calming energy to it, and I love whatever scent you use in here. It's very soothing and refreshing." The resonance in Alex's voice roused something deep in Sage's core. She had to summon all her energy to focus on the task at hand. Pumping warm oil into her hands, she smoothed it onto Alex's back, her tan arms contrasting with Alex's lighter skin tone. "I'm glad you like it. It's my own special blend. It has essential oils of lemon, lavender, and clary sage. I call it Magic Mist." Alex laughed. "Well, it definitely is magical, because I can already feel the tension in my body melt away." Sage was pleased. She put her heart and soul into creating an environment that would feel healing for her clients in body, mind, and spirit. It was always rewarding to receive affirmation that the effect was as intended. The laughter helped break the tension, and Sage found her groove as her hands became one with Alex's skin, her innate knowing taking over, guiding her quickly to the spots that most required her attention. Sage's grandmother had always told her she had healing hands long before she'd learned her trade. Years ago, when she was a schoolgirl, Sage had often rubbed the healing salves her abuelita made into her sore arthritic joints. The groans coming from Alex confirmed that she was targeting the right spots. "Ah, yeah, that's it. How did you know?" Sage chuckled, shrugging to herself. She just knew. She usually let her clients decide whether to talk or be quiet, but in this case it was for her own sake that she sought to fill the silence. "So what do you do for work?" Even as she heard herself utter the question, she regretted it. It was cliché to assume that someone's work was what defined them, or that it was the most important thing to know about a person. Still, it was an easy place to start. "I work in high tech. I manage an international sales team. I just moved to the Bay Area for a new job a couple of months ago." "Oh, wow. Congrats on a new job, and welcome to the area. How do you like it so far?" "The job I love. I have a great team. The area I haven't had much of a chance to explore yet because I've been so busy with work. I'm anxious to get out and spend more time in nature." Standing at Alex's head, Sage leaned over her, running her hands down her back in one smooth motion. "Oh yeah, there are so many beautiful spots within driving distance from us. The coast, of course, the redwoods, Lake Tahoe, Yosemite." She drew her hands back up the length of Alex's spine and stretched her neck. "I hope you'll find time to enjoy all the natural beauty this area has to offer." "I want to." Alex lifted her head briefly from the face cradle to meet Sage's eyes, sending another jolt of energy rippling through her. Sage couldn't help but wonder whether Alex felt it too. The energy was so potent. It was difficult to imagine she could be oblivious to it. "There's always more work in the beginning with a new job, but it should start to settle down soon, and then I'll be able to get out more." Alex's leg twitched, her heel kicking up reflexively, when Sage hit a particularly sensitive release point on her sacrum. "Your neck may be where you're feeling most of the pain right now, but your lower back is all bound up too." Alex moaned. I know. Way too much sitting these past few weeks. I've been in meeting after meeting. I need to come see you more often." Sage laughed uncertainly. She wasn't sure if she should be happy or nervous at the prospect of more visits with Alex. Well, you guys, we're actually going to stop right here, and I'm going to leave the last bit of chapter 1 for the next reading, just to save a little bit more for you. So again, Awakening Hearts, A Tale of Love Across Lifetimes. Release date is November 11th. The ebook is already available for pre-order, and it will be available to purchase in paperback and hardcover copies starting on November 11th. I look forward to hearing your thoughts on the book. Very, very excited to share it with the world. I hope you're having a beautiful, blessed day, morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are, and I will see you for the next installment.